So I says to Mabel, I says,
Yes, and that is where I stuck the cucumber.
Pink Sock Podcast, your go to destination for a wild and unpredictable ride through the realms of music, comedy, cannabis culture, and beyond. With your host, the fearless, the irreverent, Mike Usenik, presenting eclectic, entertaining, enlightening, surprising content. Join in the fun, push boundaries, challenge conventions, explore the spectrum of human experience. We won't shy away from any topic. Entertainment, exploration, connection. Join us.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Pink Sock Podcast. Today, I was wanting to talk about social media because it's been weighing on my mind really heavy. Sorry, how are you doing, dear? My ADHD just kicks in and I become rude. I'm sorry.
right? I was like, what in the fuck? No, I'm great. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I am doing fantastic, doing great.
Great.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. For some reason, my Facebook keeps setting my live streams for only me. I'm not sure if that's because of my whole tirades about them lately or not, but we do have Carrie's Kitchen in the house. I can actually,
Gloria's Kitchen.
I can see YouTube comments. I can see Facebook page comments, but not talking about you, Carrie. I was being rude, like usual. Uh, Now, I was really wanting to dive into the social media thing because I'll be honest, there's too much social media now, and I think social media did what it shouldn't have done, and I think it went commercial.
Yeah.
And it's very well known that it is went commercial. By the way, there is a link in the description. For those of you that want to join us, you are more than welcome to join us on this live feed. And if you don't, if you're not able to see it in the description, I did put it in the chat. For some reason, it's not on my personal Facebook page, so you're gonna have to go to my public one. I don't know why, but fucking Facebook hates me, man. Actually, it might be letting me now, but people think I was ignoring them, and I really wasn't. It's just this app ain't working. Oh, what's up, Bill Snyder? It's apparently is working because that is from Facebook. I just have to figure out my settings so I don't have to keep changing it every single goddamn time. So what was your first social media platform that you used?
Ooh, ICQ.
ICQ. What the
ICQ.
fuck is that?
Yeah. Uh-oh. It was a chat app, but within it you could hit random and it would give you a random person from the world.
Also, it was kind of like Omegle, but chat.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
no dicks, just weirdos.
No dicks.
No dicks, just
Well,
weirdos.
maybe dicks,
Speaking of
but that's
dicks,
only if like you did the little emojis like an 8, equal sign, equal sign, equal sign, capital D, squiggle line, squiggle line, squiggle
what is
line.
up, Carrie? We're talking about the early days of sexting, I guess.
I'm
I
still
have
trying to
Yeah.
figure out what ICQ, or did I just smoke through that generation?
ICQ.
Um,
If I'm
it
not,
was in the late 90s.
yeah, late '90s.
Okay, so I just kind of went from Yahoo to MySpace, and then MySpace to Facebook, and then ever since then, I am bewildered with how many damn apps are on my phone with people paste, like I agree with there's so much social media, but the
Mhm.
bad part is that you're censored. If you're an artist, you can't draw real art without being nudity or this and
Guess
that,
what, Carrie?
or you know.
I'm going to blow your mind right now. There are social media platforms that are not commercial, but we as a society have to start spreading those ones and telling people about those ones instead of allowing the commercial ones to win because they have the money to.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I like to spread the underdog, so you spread me that information, I'll spread it out because
There's
we
a
always.
it depends on what people prefer. There is one that is called Mastodon. It's kind of like Twitter. The way
Uh-huh.
that it works is each individual person can join a server. Now, there's various servers they can join within Mastodon, but they can also add and communicate with other people through various servers. Each individual server has their own set of rules. So technically, there is no rules, just whatever that server decides the rules are for you to post to that server.
Kind of like Clapper.
Kind of like Clapper in a way, but Clapper is a social media platform. This is not what this is. It basically gives you the platform to make your own social media platform based on their coding, pretty much. So it's like Twitter. It's very much like Twitter, the way that it acts.
Mm-hmm.
But it is very, a lot of people, it turns a lot of people off because you have to pick which server you start off with. Um, Now, Clapper's another good independent one, separate from TikTok. And that's one that I today decided I'm done with TikTok. I ain't even using it anyway. I'm moving to Clapper.
My only problem with Clapper is I don't get the amount of people that I get as opposed to on TikTok.
That is an issue
Like it
because
takes 10 minutes for me to get someone in Clapper sometimes.
the issue with this is I think is as a society we're allowing the commercials to win instead of listening to our peers, listening to the people around us. They're like, "Oh, go to Clapper." Nah, my friends from other states are on this app. I get it. The reach is
Yeah.
there, but we will get that reach if we start with the community. Each community needs to move on to this app because
Mhm.
TikTok is censoring and it's also ran by China. We don't know what they're doing with their data.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I say this. Everybody goes, how do you buy something from Timu? You're going to give your information to China. And I said I gave them my information to China the very first Samsung phone I ever bought.
Yeah. And your
Yeah.
data, even Meta admitted to this. They saw your data. There's plenty of
Yeah.
social media platforms that fucking don't. And they openly admit that they don't. There's a lot of encrypted fucking social media platforms that are independently owned that no. But do you
I
want
mean, when did a human have to prove to a robot that they're not a robot?
to, right?
Yeah.
So
I was doing my live the other day on TikTok, and then all of a sudden the screen went gray, and it was like, put this puzzle piece in the puzzle piece hole if you're a person. And I'm like, what? So I do that, and then it's like, continue, and it's like, what the fuck just happened here? Like,
Hi Larissa, how you doing, dear?
what?
If you want to join us, go ahead and hit that link in the comments. If anyone wants to join us. Oh, guys, I was going through a little bit of the history of social media, and guess what I found?
What?
Shout out to
do tell.
Wayback. Shout out to Wayback. There's a website that you can go on, and you could go back in time and look at what social media sites looked like back then, or any website really. So let's go back. The year is April 28th, 1998. It is a Tuesday evening. You decide to visit AOL
Oh my goodness.
and you go on AOL and you go over here to their instant messenger and you decide to get AIM. And look, if you get AOL, you get 50 free hours. Or you can visit Amazon.com. Yes, in 1998, Amazon was a thing.
Yes, I do remember. But my dad still to this day is an AOL. He still has an AOL address. I'm
Mhm.
just like when you hear AOL or Yahoo, you're like, what? Yes.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much what get it going back to the app I was talking about, that Mastodon thing. That's pretty much how it operates. Each individual server is like an email account, and you can communicate with other email accounts, which are servers, and you
Right.
can see their feed.
Well, and that's if you think about it, that's how. So in the early '90s, so when my girls, when you have kids, one living in Florida and one living in California, you have to have a way where sisters can still grow up.
Yeah.
And Yahoo allowed us to have that video chat.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crappy, but we still had that chat.
Yeah. Everything's starting out shitty.
Right.
So hey, Carrie, let's say in 1998 you were on AOL, right?
Uh-huh.
Like, hey, I want to see what I can buy on Amazon. So you go to Amazon.com, right?
Well,
Let me.
first it's going to take me 15 minutes to go through the dial-up process. And I'm just telling you, and then I got to let the computer boot up, because once the dial-up process, then I have to make sure it's secure network, and then it's going to do this little security check. So talk to me in 15.
Yeah.
Guess what? I have something for that. All right.
Uh-huh.
Since you brought up a really good point, right? Check
Oh
it
my
out.
God, did you just have the dial-up tone?
Check this out. Watch this. All right. Let's say you want to go on AOL, right? So you go ahead and you go open it up here. All right. Hold on. Let me go back. Go, bring it up. All right. Now you go on. You dial it up. You dial it in. Just
There was no way of concealing that noise. It didn't matter if the volume was completely off. That came from the very back of the computer.
Yeah.
hi, Lisa. How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit the like button, the follow button anywhere that you want, and go ahead and join us. You can with that link. But yeah, now you're connected to AOL. Now, the thing was about AOL is if somebody called, you're fucked. You lose internet.
Right.
But
Because it would break unless you had call waiting.
look at this though. If you pick your favorite Motorola Razr, you get 100% back after rebate.
Wow.
Man, they
That's
even had a.
funny.
Remember when they used to have a mystery option of books if you bought them on Amazon? You'd buy
Uh,
4 books for $3 for the price of three, and the fourth one's free, and it's a mystery book.
yeah. It was just like the Scholastic books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at all this advanced technology, though. Let's see if it'll let me go to it. This fucking yeah. Look at this. look,
Oh, Jesus.
look how advanced this phone is.
Dude, okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, that looks just like so Dimitri had the generic BlackBerry like that from Metro. And he got his in the third grade because somebody hit him on his bicycle in the roundabout. And my son rode home with a gentleman with two other young kids. He's like, but there was other kids in the car. And I go, and that's how they kidnap kids. With
Yeah.
kids.
But that is how they definitely kidnap them. But you know what? Like when I was a kid, I never really heard much about my friends being kidnapped.
Our
There
parents
was
were those kind
lots
of
of
parents that were
kidnappers back
trying to get
then.
us to kidnap. Just like, here,
Well,
take
it
these
might
little
depend on your neighborhood because I lived in like a neighborhood of like maybe 300 people.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
Yeah, I think my whole town in McAllister when I was growing up was like, 5,000, the whole town, you know?
Damn.
Jesus, that ain't a whole lot of people.
No, I always ask people who their daddy is before you kiss them. I'm just saying.
I don't think I would. I mean, some people like being called daddy, though, Carrie. Like, you might want to like specify, like, who's your daddy? I don't know.
Well, when I'm
You
talking to
are.
when I'm talking to the animals or whatever, I'll go to your dad, go to your bub, go to Sweet Sweet. Bye. And my animals are fucking smart. They know exactly who I was telling you about.
That is
And they,
fucking wild.
yes.
So,
I mean, come
so
on. If I could just teach them how to get me a bottle of water and bring it here, that would have been off.
that would have been fun.
That would have been hands down the shit.
My dog plays with a bottle of water, man. Like, it's not don't have water in it. It's like an old bottle.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
It's the crinkling noise.
I think my dog might have a little bit of that tism going on. You know what I'm saying?
Hey! Don't be hating on the Down syndrome dogs, okay?
I never
Because they
said that.
really are. There really, really, really is Down syndrome animals.
There are.
Yes,
No
just like
fucking.
deaf and blind, there are Down syndrome puppies. You
I've
know,
seen a Down syndrome tiger before, and that
Wow.
was adorable.
I bet it's cute as hell.
Yeah, it
I mean,
was.
it happens. I mean, it's just like conjoined twins. Everybody goes, nah, but you know what? I mean, it's just not happy if you have to share an organ with another. Could you imagine being face to face with your sister all day long and to not want to bite her ear off?
You know what's weird is I'm not saying they're weird, but like it'd be weird to be a conjoined twin because like if you find a lover, like hear me out, like if the one head likes that guy but the other one doesn't, isn't every sexual encounter like
Well, I don't know how much is true and how much is just tabloids, because everything's clickbait. But supposedly the girls did get married. But there's a lot of twins, that tried to separate and things didn't go so well, you know.
you want to hear what's crazy? Sorry, I'm getting back on the
No,
social media topic real quick.
go ahead.
Facebook used to be called About Face.
Oh, I do remember something like that.
That's weird.
About Face from 1998 until 2004 was actually designed for employers and students.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be for just college students to be
Yeah.
able to communicate, and it just amped from there.
Well, they also did it for attorneys and shit too.
And then they
Um,
needed to pay for the platform. And that's
yeah.
where ads come in.
You want to know what's crazy about Facebook? In
What?
2004, before they went public, they went to MySpace and offered to sell for $20 million. MySpace turned them
Well,
down.
MySpace was fucking eating that one, huh?
Because in
Well, it's kind of
2000,
like what is it, Steve Jobs? You know what I mean? They had an idea, so they sold a working idea. I mean, they sold an idea that wasn't even working yet. You know what I mean? But and that's the way things were back then.
it's
There
just
was
crazy that like that's how Netflix was. Netflix tried selling to Blockbuster, and Blockbuster said no.
right? Or don't forget, what is that? The Red Box,
Yep,
and
Redbox.
then GameFly. I used to fucking GameFly was the shit. Okay, I used to because we could get games from all different PlayStations. But then all of a sudden, it got to where they would be letting people put things on hold, and you're like, dude, it's either there, or it's not.
Actually, David White, fun fact. MySpace is still around, but there's actually a MySpace right now. It's not a MySpace, it's called Friend Hey. It is a clone of old school MySpace that you should check out. I like it. Check this out. This is when Facebook went public. That's what it looked like.
Mm-hmm.
It was called the Facebook,
I remember.
and it was a public domain. It was pretty much a just for colleges. Still in 2005, it didn't go public, I guess, until after it had already been called Facebook. I didn't know all that. I knew they
Yeah.
were for colleges, but I didn't know it took that long to. I thought, well,
Yeah,
no,
because he had it in working order, you know what I mean, the whole platform and stuff before Facebook. And then once it became Facebook, it was supposed to be like a social app for all the kids in the college. That's
yeah.
the reason why he went to the Facebook
When
part.
did it go public though to everyone? Because I
Uh,
thought
I
it was
want
like
to say
2012.
I was living here in this house and I moved here '06. So it was either right before I moved this house. So it was around between '04 and '06.
2005, it was still for colleges, so it had to have been '06. David White's like, I listened to I Wrestled a Bear once tonight, and it reminded me of how much Facebook sucks. Now, here's the thing. You're saying that on Facebook. What we need to do as a community is we need to collectively pick a platform together and say, fuck Facebook. We can
Yeah.
use multiple social media platforms still, but how about we leave Facebook? Instead of Twitter, use Mastodon. It's an open source version of Twitter. Instead of Reddit, since it's commercially owned, use Lemmy. Lemmy is actually an open source version of Reddit. We need to make
Mhm.
open sourced versions of these sites and fucking leave.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think the whole reason why so many people haven't left Facebook is because this is where their grandma and their great grandmas are. And because this is where we finally taught that this is the only social media platform the elderly know.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was gonna say my mom's on there, so I have to stay on Facebook.
And then and then if we could get all our pictures off of all the accounts that we had, I mean, it's just amazing. People want to complain about AI, but let's complain about Facebook allowing all our pictures being recirculated.
Right. Well, what's fucking crazy though is like, even though we have older people on this platform, older people were on MySpace and we've convinced them to move.
Well, MySpace was still intimidating. We had them on AOL and Yahoo.
True. I ran into a lot more older people on AOL and Yahoo than I did MySpace.
Yeah, that MySpace was where even my kids were like, "What?" And I'm like, "Build my music player." You know,
Yeah,
now tell me how to turn it off.
because coding was hard for people. What I think we should do is have an open source version, kind of like MySpace, kind of like Facebook, where like it's coding, but also you can have it easy for older people. We need
Well, and
something.
that's where Windows 7, that's where I complained about how they upgraded me because Windows 7, it didn't matter how much upgraded it went. You could still go to your run button and put msn.fig.
Yeah.
config. You know what I mean? You could still go into your mainframe. You could still write things, and you know that some people go, "Oh, I deleted it." Not, dude. You need to go into your C prompt, and you need to go into programs and see if it's still fucking there. You
Okay.
know
I just found out when they went public.
what year?
You were actually off by a couple years because it's still available for colleges in 2007, so it didn't go public until like 2008.
Oh, oh wait. Oh, that would be the crash. The our time, the our first recession.
Yep,
Remember? That's right. But I was right. I was here in this house.
yep. Because here's what it looked like when it first went public. I was wrong last time. This is what it looked like. They used to call themselves the social unity that connects you with the people around you.
Mm-hmm.
That is fucking crazy. What up,
Hello,
Jag?
Jag.
If you want to join us and talk about social media, you're more than welcome, brother. I love the hell out of you. We're just talking about
Aw.
social media. So my first social media platform, we was discussing that before you came on, Carrie. My first social media platform was probably MySpace.
Well, you also got to remember that you are 1992,
Mine,
and so you're
mine
the
was
same age as my child.
mine was AIM actually, and then it was MySpace. I was on AIM and then MySpace.
Oh yeah, AIM. You know, yeah. And what was that? AOL Instant Messenger.
Yeah,
AOL Instant Messenger.
and
Yeah.
they had
So
chat rooms and shit.
yeah,
Oh
I think
yeah.
that's where all of you guys started was with AIM and Yahoo.
Whatever happened to a good chat room? We don't have those anymore.
Mm-mm. When you
I know. I've tried to look for them and
well, they have
I
these
just
ones
find
here in these Facebook chat rooms, but some of these idiots just blow it up to where you just turn off the notifications. It
Well,
ain't
no,
something that was something.
those chat rooms are created by us. It's just group chats. I mean, a website created chat room that people can click on. Those
Oh,
don't
I
exist
used
anymore.
Dude, when we had MySpace, remember I played mobsters. And so we had the chat rooms on the side and I ran my whole fucking own fleet. I was you know, and I was right underneath the godmother. Don't even get us traded. We used to fucking build games and then sell them. Logins. Here, you want to log in?
I think that's what's preventing us. Like that's what stopped. I mean, we're no longer networking unless we're out in public, really. There used
Yeah.
to be networking online where you just go into chat rooms and just talk to people, tell them what you do, send them whatever information and shit.
My kids hated them years. They would try to talk to me, and I would be just whatever, and they'd go ping, and you would turn and look at them.
But do you think we have too many social media platforms, and are we choosing the wrong ones to be on?
I think that it's too there. It's not so much about too many. It's about being pushed on a political agenda on each one
And that's where, and I'm
and
not,
being censored.
that's where the open source, I think, is the future of social networking, especially with like sites like Mastodon and shit, and like Lemmy and all of them. They're open source, so there's no censorship. They're
You
not
know,
they're not a social media company running them. There's no rules. Each
well,
individual person controls who they are and what they're allowed to see.
and that's the whole deal is I think we should be able to see what's going on in other countries just like other countries see
Yeah.
from over here. But they have their own news outlets, that aren't bound by the American what do you call it? They're not paid by the Americans. They're not in their pockets.
No.
So stuff over here gets leaked over there because we have so much illegal immigration along with just immigration.
I know people that use a VPN. It's not me, but I know some people that
Mhm.
will use a VPN and they'll go to like certain websites, like news websites, then they're saying they're from that country and they're seeing different news than what we're seeing.
Oh yeah. You know, um it's scary when you see it like that.
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh, really?" So and then everybody's like, "Oh, you're the free country, you're the free country."
No, we're
We're
not.
not the free country, we're just a country that'll give you free money for nothing, if you just vote one way.
Well, even then, like I get a lot of hate for this, but we are not the freest country in the world. We never have been. We never will
No.
be. Uh, we are the most, well, not the most, but we are still censored. Like we're
I'm
less.
just people don't understand that just because they call this place America, that it's not still run by all the foreign countries. You think that when the Irish and the Italians and all of us come over here, we still brought our ways and our culture and still
Yeah,
our fights and our gang wars.
exactly.
Do you see what I mean? We still brought all that over here. It doesn't matter which part you were from the English, the British, or wherever the heck. People go, oh, some of these kids are going, oh, wait a minute, white people were oppressed and white people were enslaved, and how come we were never taught about this? Because they don't want you to know that they were less than and just as ill superior to everybody else. You
Yeah,
know
what's
that they're the
wild to me?
same.
What's
They
wild?
don't ever it's whitewashing. You know how I feel about that
What's
bullshit.
wild to me is back in the day. Getting back on the social media shit. Back in the day, social media was not censored. It wasn't commercial.
No, it wasn't. But see what I'm talking about, like, so when we go back to social media, it's not just about um, the internet. It's about social media from the books from times and what was censored. Like most people don't understand that if you go get a Bible from back in the days, not to go biblical, but for a half second, just let me hold this. Go grab one of them Bibles from every time and grab a black Bible and read a black Bible against a white Bible and read. Do you see what I mean?
I didn't know Bibles were separated by race. I didn't know that was a
Mm,
thing. Like,
yes. Hello,
what up?
Carrie.
What up, Carrie? You're more than welcome to join us, darling. Anyone can join us.
Yeah. So when I tell it to you like that, you're like going, "Oh my God!" Not only social media, but it was the book and the
Oh,
literatures and stuff that was.
no, because if you think about it, and I say offensive shit and I smoke pot, that's just what I do. Um, the Bible, the original Bible said nothing about gays, said nothing about gay people, nothing at all. If you translate it from any other language, it literally says, man shall not lay with child as they would womankind. But due to the Catholic Church translating it to English, like, well, we can't have that. So they changed it to man shall not lay with man as they would womankind. It's actually about pedophilia.
Right. And it's just like when it says that you shall not lie with your brother, but then How come my dad can marry my auntie just because there was divorce papers in 20 years? Now you just made my cousins my sisters. I have so many questions. It's
Now,
twisted.
the negative though is what do we do? Since social media is the only way for us to promote right now, it's the only way to become popular, but it's also holding us back. There's no
Well,
way that we can get everyone to go to a new platform that treats us better. People just it's fucking stupid, but Facebook has admitted we're gonna censor you, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna fuck you in the ass, and you're just gonna love it. And we do. We're like, oh yeah, keep fucking us. That's what Facebook does, and
oh
we're
yeah.
still here.
I got so many accounts that they say, sorry, you can't be monetized. You can't be monetized because of your content. But you know what? If I was to pay for a paid commercial of the exact same stuff in my content, you would run it.
Yeah, that's how that works. That's why I think open source is the future of social media if we as a society allow it to be, because they don't worry about monetization. They don't worry about money. The individual is the one that makes the money. The platform is just there.
Right.
Like that's just how it should be, man.
Well, you know, it's like radio waves. Look how many still AM stations you still have. Why? Because you can still run on those waves.
Yep.
You know, you can still scream at the top of your lung, and as long as you've got an antenna with enough power, you can get out there. And on a good weather day, you can get on the other side of the world.
That's why I'm thinking about what is up, Jag. Honestly, Jag, me, you, and all of our friends should get together and choose the alternatives of these social media platforms, and we need to leave, and we need to make
Yeah.
another social media platform that is worthy, bigger, just by all of us being on it. We don't need all of the other fucking people. We can use those social medias to promote, where the other ones can just be personal. We can talk to one another and promote on there.
Yeah.
Like we don't have to fully leave these platforms. We can still use them to promote, but we don't have to post our personal shit on there. Like sometimes I post personal posts for the people around me, but those people we can go elsewhere, man, somewhere that won't censor us or our art.
Well, that's the
Mm.
one thing that I have got to where, you know, over the last couple of years, you know, I don't post pictures of my grandbabies. You know, some things are already on the web, already there. So when the memory comes up, I do just repost it. It's there. But as I put in new pictures or anything, you know, it's
My
just gotten to where it's kind of a slippery slope.
What I'm thinking about doing though is I'm thinking about using Facebook and them still, but just live streaming on them, not making posts anymore, just live streaming. And then using the other socials, be like, hey, if you want to contact me personally or whatever, contact me on here. If you want to see a more personal
Right.
side of me, contact me here, and spend more time on those apps building myself.
Hmm.
Because that's what it's going to take. Facebook wasn't fucking famous overnight. It took them 7 years. It took MySpace 7 years. It takes a while.
And some
Right.
don't make it at all. Like, and some stay in the background running, like Pure Rave. I
Yeah.
introduced Mike to the other day, and it's a Canadian run
Well, a lot
social
of these
platform.
sites though are running and they can't really. I don't know what restrictions or whatever there are or what causes this, but similar to Mastodon and Rave and all that, they can't go bankrupt and they can't go out of business because there's no money going in, there's no money coming out, kind of ordeal.
Hmm.
I
I don't
just
know
need to
how.
know how tight is the border on Canada with just buying property up there and then getting a mobile home, you know.
Did you
Right?
know? Did you know there's actually? I don't know if there is in your state, but in Ohio, I know there is. You can get a special ID for like it's like $100 though, but it's your ID, it's your driver's license. But you also can use it as a passport.
Oh, nice. I just need to get me a passport, you know.
Jag is fucking hilarious when it comes to social media. I gotta give that a shout out. He
Mhm.
is
Old
an
man
old ass.
status.
He's an old ass man. Like he ain't even got a phone number. He don't even know those are invented yet. His cell phone does one thing and it calls, but he don't answer. Like that's
It's,
That's
have you
funny.
seen the black guy? His name is OMG Wicks. Here in Florida, is a black guy with a flip phone. Only here in Florida. It only happens
Yeah,
here.
I know that's Jag. That's
That is Jag. No, oh, you're talking about hypothetically. Okay, never mind. I was like, what?
Jag, man. That's what he does. No, he don't have a flip phone though. He just has.
Nope, he's lagging. Speaking of phones, I have 3 fucking phones down.
Do they all
'Cause
work? Or,
yeah.
I mean, their phone lines with actual phone numbers.
No, like,
Okay,
they're all
okay.
connected to the internet.
Oh yeah, now all running on Wi-Fi. So I went and bought this
Yeah.
one. It's a throwaway phone, but I bought it so I can do recording for videos. But then once I opened it, I
Mhm.
realized it's got a crap camera. So
Oh.
Yeah.
that's the way that goes.
Oh, you're back.
I don't know what happened. I must have hit my Wi-Fi thing. But what I
Yeah.
was saying is like when it comes to social media though, like Jag's cool as shit. Like he runs it pretty cool, but like he's not very
Hi, nice
good.
Shag.
He's
Come
not very
join
good.
us.
He's not very good on the run, let me tell you. Yeah, he should join us if he can figure it out.
Yeah. It's like, I'm an old man, I don't have a camera.
He's over there. He's over there. Hold on, let me get that again. Hey Jag, come back to us.
Well, if
Come
you'll
on.
scroll up in the comments, he's got a link up there, doesn't you? Yeah.
Yeah,
There
I have
you
a
go.
link up there.
Yeah, scroll up there in the comments until you see Pink Sock Podcast. That's what I did. Because the first time I sat here for an hour and going, if I could only figure out how to get in that box.
Hey, everybody's trying to get in my box.
My server is horrible.
Oh, I
This
feel
server is
that.
horrible. Check us out, Jag. This will take you back. Are your knees starting to hurt? If you remember the sound, you might be available for AARP.
Dude,
Aw.
I remember when I fucking tried to sign on one time. You gotta remember I was legally married at 16. So I'm trying to log on to a computer and not wake up anybody in the house that thing just went off, you know.
Yo, back
Yeah.
in, watching porn was fucking wild as fuck. You had to put a blanket over it so nobody could hear it dialing.
Oh, jeez.
Do, 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 do,
And then
do.
and then you had to wait for the video to like download or load. So like it took like 5 hours. So you're like, fuck, I'm gonna not be able to jack off till 5 in the morning.
Mhm, mhm.
And then you hit play and then you start and then your mom gets that first phone call in the morning and she picks up the phone. You're like, fuck, there it goes.
There goes. Yeah. Man, I thought three-way calling was the best thing in the world because,
It
you know, I
was.
remember when I was a kid, Dad was like, don't let me call that house and that phone be busy. You know what I mean? It was one of those things. And then when call waiting came, it was like, yeah, just don't answer that fucking beep. Just don't answer the damn beep. You
Remember
know?
remember phone group chats like before the online
Oh, yeah.
typing?
They were called party lines.
Yeah, party line.
Yeah. Yeah. My girl, Stephanie, she was a party line with three different neighbors. So, you know, but it was like, we were devious teenagers. You could hear a lot of conversations on party lines, you know? It's kind of like back in the days when they actually had the switchboard ladies,
I
you
have a
know?
question. How far away did their neighbors live if they had to be on a party line to talk to one another? Like, why couldn't they just go outside? And be like, hey,
No, the party line was no, it was like they all had their own phone numbers, but it was all on a party line. So it would ring their house. But if they picked up the phone and somebody else was on it, they couldn't use the service because it was
oh,
out in the out in the hills, you know? So it's like, they got one phone line, they can all have three phone numbers, but they all can't talk on that line at the same time.
oh, okay.
It was fucking crap. Okay? But you could eavesdrop like a motherfucker.
Well, you'd be better off. You'd be better off like taking a fucking cup and put a string in it and just throw it out the window.
That's a party
Grabs it, you're
line.
talking to whoever grabs it, you're talking to. Could you imagine if you had a local crackhead homeless guy fucking pick up,
Dude,
and you're like, woo, this is a party line.
my friend and I moved into the same apartment building, and he was like on the seventh floor on this side, and I was on the second floor on this side, and we had a fucking tin can phone from balcony to balcony. And my landlord was like, I need to talk to you like several months later. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And he's like, is there a tin can phone going from yours to Jeremy's apartment?
Yeah.
Yes. And we do talk on it every day.
Right?
No, that's love.
Yeah. Yeah. It was awesome.
Well, it's like walkie-talkies. I mean, I still have a set of walkie-talkies here. And when my son was little, he used to grab them walkie-talkies. Bye, Mom, I'm going to the pond. And then he would be like, Mom, did you say something to me? And I go, no, sir. Wherever you're at next to the water, you're getting amplified. So you're getting any kind of truckers, anybody that has a CB talking to you, you know?
Yeah.
I
How
said,
does
That's
how does
funny.
that work in those headsets I have? Sometimes truckers will come through on them.
right, yeah,
Oh.
that linear power they have. See, back when I was your age, I used to play a game called squash. Well, 21. I was 21, between 21 and 25. And I used to live up in Humboldt County, but I used to love to shoot skip, talk on them CVs. You want to talk about the very first social media.
I would do weird shit on them if I was able to. Like I'd be like,
Dude, I used to sing in the middle of the night, and some people would tell you to shut up, and some people would tell you to keep going. I just learned that you don't always tell everybody you're 2100. Okay, that's just what it is. Because some people will be tracking you. You know what a 2100 is?
fuck if I know.
Okay, so no, no, excuse me, I said that wrong. Your 1020 is your location. The 10100 is to go pee, and the 10200 is to take a shit. It's like
We're
CB talk, you know.
sounds like R. Kelly's dirty talk. Like I'm gonna go take a 10-900.
Yeah, I got to take a 10200. What's your 1020? In between Vegas and Cincinnati. You know,
I'm gonna shit on you.
you know.
What the fuck? That's a new single, Jag. Write it down. I'm gonna shit on you. You make me go poo. I'm gonna shit on you.
It's a 10200.
The 10-200. Yeah, it's the 10-200. I'm
You
gonna
should
poo
probably be
on
a
you.
singer.
I'm gonna poo on you.
That's our new song.
This is single.
10200.
The 10-200.
What's your
Fuck, I'm
1020? I don't got no
10.
toilet paper.
What's your 10-20? It's
I
the
need that toilet
10-200.
paper.
The
Yeah, because
10-200 torpedo is the name of that
well, so
song.
so your 1020 is like where you at? So it's like so you gotta say, what's your 1020? I need that paper. It's like
Man, I
Tissue
gotta take a shower
paper.
because I did that 10-200.
That's gonna be his new song. He's gonna go in there
Fuck.
and tell his mom and dad about his 10200.
They're gonna be like, "What the fuck is a 10-200?" I'm like, "It's code for I got shit." What kind of song you writing? I don't know. It's
I
that
used
shit.
I
It's that
used to
shit Vince
know all
McMahon
of them.
likes. That's fucking. Did you hear that shit? There's these text messages that was released about Vince McMahon. Apparently, he allegedly likes being shit on. He fucking-
Wow. Do you know there's actually men that like to be urinated on?
yeah, I'm aware. There's women too, because I was in bed with a woman one time and she wanted me to pee on her, and I'm like, would you be upset if like I closed my eyes and imagine you as a urinal? Like imagine somebody else. She's like,
Right? Yeah, that would be okay. I'm going to tell you right now. So I always wondered why it takes men so long to pee. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes us girls sit there and we have to think about it. It's like, come on, muscles, just think about this. All right. And then once we get started, we're going, and then we can pee forever and we can
what?
stop and go and stop and go and stop and go.
You know why it takes me a while to pee? Because I'm usually afraid because the cops might come. So I'm just like standing there peeing in the woods, very nervous.
Well, I got a shiwi, is what I'm trying to get a point to. Is I bought a shiwi. And something about you men standing straight up, you really, really have to concentrate to push that muscle to go pee.
I sit down when I pee. I don't have that problem. I find
Well,
well, I
It's
find
actually healthier for a man to sit down to pee.
I just
It
find it
empties out your bladder more.
I'm sorry, but I find it really weird that I'm standing at a hole in the wall next to possibly another man just pissing. There's nothing more humiliating than fucking just standing there pissing
you're
with a
like, don't pee on my shoes, man.
no. What pisses me off is we have like 9 urinals and you come and stand next to me. I don't need a piss pal, okay? I don't
Right.
need somebody you can.
Right?
And then they try to talk to you. Like there's nothing weirder than some dude like, hey, did you watch the game last night? I don't know. I don't watch sports. Could you please stop talking to me?
Please stop watching me.
It's really weird to talk to a man when I got my dick in my hands. You know?
Yeah.
Carrie, that needs to be a ringtone. Your voice saying that's
I hope you have that recorded because I don't remember exactly what all I said.
oh, this is the Pink Sock podcast. It's live everywhere, darling. So yeah,
That's it right there. But but think about it. I'm
I am.
thinking.
I am
He,
thinking about it. Like
he's like,
I
my
pee
dick in
easier
people's
when I
hands.
sit. I pee easier when I sit. Now that we mention that,
Well, and that's what Pink was just saying, that it actually empties your bladder. So I bought a Shiwi, okay, just because here some people are from other countries and they've never seen a country girl pee beside a car when she really got to pee. Okay.
that just
When
sounds
you
like a
can,
date.
I've peed outside on the highway countless times.
oh
Y'all
yeah.
kinky.
So one time I had my friends with me and they were Yugoslavian and we were bar hopping and going to karaoke night and there was no bathrooms. And I told them to pull over on the highway. I got to pee. And these guys are like, what? And I said, don't you have a tissue? And because everybody's got a tissue in their car,
Hey,
right?
Kayla.
Hi, Kayla. So yeah. And they were like, you're going to pee?
Carrie.
And I go, yeah. And they said, can I watch? And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I got to pee.
Carrie, there's something about Yugoslavians. They have beautiful hands. Like, have you seen them Yugoslavian hands? Like,
They're soft,
they're,
like delicate hands.
they're like fucking. Oh my god, like Yugoslavian hands. I don't know why. It's not a racial stereotype. They do. They have very nice, soft hands. My hands are like Brillo pads, dude. Like,
Well, you also got to understand that they probably come from countries don't have 100 million chemicals in their lotions like ours do, and they have all that
Yeah.
perfume that just keeps burning the shit. I mean, why does Carmex burn my mouth when I put it on my mouth? I'm just
because of
saying,
the fragrance in it.
Mm.
See,
you know.
I don't know. I find it weird. Mike Jack's like, Mike, you stick random as hell. I am. This is why I
Yeah.
podcast, bro.
Well, that's the whole point is to keep it
So
going.
Yeah.
speaking of social media, did you know that
Hi,
Pornhub
Tia.
is technically considered a social media?
Yeah.
What
Why
up,
wouldn't
TR?
it be?
It is because YouTube is right. That's
Okay, so you
the
got
reason.
Reddit, you got YouTube, you got Pornhub, but see what you're failing to remember is that you still have a whole sports a rare arena that have so many fucking chats that they're surreal. Gamers that,
I just had
when
an idea.
go ahead, say it.
Pornhub. We need to create the first ever Pornhub professional wrestling organization. That'd be fucking dope.
Naked.
Or real weird. That could be
But
Yeah.
I'm just trying Pornhub wrestling, you said.
bro, get all the fucking Pornhub people, teach them how to wrestle, right? and fucking the loser has to do something. I don't know, like
Oh
crack
no,
on a
but
pole
listen,
match. I
listen.
don't know.
You got to make the wrestling more. It needs to be at least a nice big swimming pool filled with pudding,
Uh-uh.
or Jello,
This is
or
wrestling, dear.
that's
This is
wrestling.
this this
WRESTLERNG.
is fucking ball slapping at its finest. This is wrestling.
Yeah, this is wrestling, but you're just not going to eat concrete. You're going to eat something that's in the pool.
Yeah, it's the big slong. Fucking
Oh,
comes out
Jesus.
there,
And
fucking.
then after everybody's done wrestling and they're all muddy, we need to see them to swing it. Just a swinging.
Bro, this shit got weird. All right.
Hey, you're the one that threw it outside the left field, so I was just like, okay, I'll run with it.
They already got porn wrestling. They actually do.
I heard. Sure.
Carmen Electra has her own wrestling organization. It's like Naked Women. Yeah, you heard. I
I'm gonna
heard from
say he watched.
he's watching it right now. He don't even have our audio on. He just sitting there watching wrestling porn. It's
Yeah.
like, like you've seen the darkest parts of the internet when like you get off to wrestling porn. It's no, it's co-ed. Oh, it's co-ed. Oh fuck. Like
Please tell us more, Jake.
I'm just going to tell you right now that I don't care who you
I
are.
heard.
Even if you don't like wrestling, if you ever just turn the channels to an MMA channel and you notice people that go, "Oh, I don't watch this," and then they'll be watching it for a second, and you'll see them,
see
because they wrestling. They're acting like they're trying to counteract that move over there, and they're just trying to fake it. You see what I mean?
you know what's
Every
weird? For
wrestling.
years I've said UFC is staged, right? And people came after me and I'm like, yeah, they're real fighters, but like it could be. Like I'm not saying it fully is, but it could be. And
He's gonna have to do more research on it.
WWE owns it.
But the porn wrestling, WWE owns it.
Yeah, they own UFC now.
Okay, so who knows Hulk Hogan? Who knows all these people? Come on. I mean, I
No,
know I live
no,
in Florida.
I know a UFC fighter, and I know it's a real sport. I'm not saying that it isn't.
Oh
I'm
no, I know for a fact UFC is a real
but,
sport.
but what I'm
Wrestling.
saying is what's stopping it from becoming scripted in the future?
Well, that's where I still think a lot of politics does play in that sport, just like it does everything else. Because you can't tell me that they're not weighing on the players.
Yeah. Well, the thing is pro wrestling was actually a legit sport at one time. They did at carnivals, but they realized, hey, if we learned how to fall, we wouldn't get injured, at least not as much. So they made it more of a scripted sport. So what's preventing UFC from ultimately becoming that in the future?
Yeah, but I think that has to do with it still being run by fighters.
True.
You know
They
what I
are
mean?
also.
Because I mean, fighters, it's about uh, pride, respect, honor. That's the word I'm looking for. Honor in what you did. Some people had to work for it harder than the others, but just it doesn't mean that you dismiss how people got there.
I'm kind of
Mhm.
confused though because it's called TKO Entertainment. They bought WWE and UFC recently, merging the two, not into one brand, but like they are owned by the same company.
They're the ones that had the woman wrestlers, though, right? In the whole woman wrestler league.
UFC does have a female league. Yes, Ronda Rousey was on it.
Yeah, that had China.
Oh no,
And
that's
Yeah.
then,
WWE.
huh?
That's WWE, dear.
Oh yeah, wrong one. Wrong
China,
acronym. I'm
China,
sorry.
China. Who I would have. She was hot back in the day. Who, who, who?
We just got him a little. His panties got wet for a
Yeah.
second.
So,
He's a little.
hey, Jag has a point. Once a certain amount of money is involved, they all going to be scripted.
Yeah.
Like, the money's right. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's like always been that way, but what's preventing it from becoming that way?
Well, and that's the sad part, because even Hollywood. Look at Hollywood. Movies suck.
Oh,
We turn the TV off.
I thought you
We
meant
what?
Hollywood Hulk Hogan. I didn't know.
No, but I'm just talking about the whole lifestyle. We would rather watch Ruko or whatever you call this
Rocco.
and watch um 5 party movies that are people making them low level movies. We would rather watch a low level movie than go to the theater and pay for something from Hollywood.
Yeah, because those low level movies are fucking gold that nobody else has watched yet. That's
Yeah.
like I watched a movie and it might sound dumb on paper, but if you watch it for the comedy genius that it is, you would love it. It is called Velocipaster. This movie is low budget. It's pretty bad, but in a beautiful way. It's
Right?
about this guy who, whenever he becomes angry, he becomes a velociraptor. And,
Mm.
and he knows karate and like he's fighting these drug dealing ninjas and shit in it.
Oh yeah.
And it's so bad that it's good when you're high. That's what I'm trying.
Well, and that's what it is that when you can find them, well, it's like I would have never watched It Men if it wasn't for one of my friends going through all the Netflix and he likes to watch all the foreign movies. Now, me, I don't like watching movies with captions because I don't read fast.
I don't
You,
read fast
you
either.
know, and then I have to put on my glasses and then I have to slow if you're talking fast and fuck, you know, it's a struggle.
The best foreign film I've seen, though, if we're going to talk about B movies real quick, is Attack of the Killer Condoms.
I
I have
haven't seen that.
I have not seen it.
It's
I'm
German. The detective's name is Detective Macaroni, I believe. He's from Farmtown, USA. And yeah, when like this teacher takes this underage girl student to a hotel to convince her to make better grades and whatever, the condom that he puts on bites his dick off and
Mm.
she escapes. And they continue to do that. They're from space and they're like these condom things.
Okay, well, you
I
know
thought
there
Killer
is
Clowns from
some
Outer
truth.
Space was stupid.
There is some truth to a condom that is inserted into some young women that they have these contraptions. That will.
Yeah.
That will.
I
That's a
would
pecker
never
wrecker.
I would never have sex again.
Yeah.
I mean, my shit's
Yeah,
already
they're
hard.
like teeth in there.
Mm-hmm.
See, ever watch the movie Teeth?
Yes.
Friend of mine was like, "Would you still go down? Would you still like put it in there if it had teeth?" And I'm like, "She has teeth in her mouth, like." Like,
True. And it only bites when she's upset. So
Right?
just don't piss her off.
yeah, fuck. Just don't piss
Don't
her
make
off.
it a defense
Like,
mechanism. As long as it's exciting,
yeah.
it's exciting.
Who the
Yeah,
hell
exactly.
who the hell's pissing off anybody when they fucking, man? Like, you guys are going too rough. Like, I don't I don't want to hate the person I'm with. I mean, hate, like, make it rough, but not like I hate you rough and then bite it. Don't do that.
Okay, all I can tell you is that sometimes I hate you sex is when you men don't understand that whatever position is a cervix, and when we tell you that's a cervix, you have to change the position, okay? We're just telling you you're bottoming out. You can't go no further that way. Turn the leg the other way.
I've thank you for your cervix, I guess, but like I
You look so confused. You're like,
I
That's
don't
too hip
I
for
don't think I've reached it. I don't know.
oh,
Look at his little face turn pink. Carrie made him blush.
yeah.
No, I'm wondering if I've ever
Like,
reached that far. I don't know.
yeah, you're like, am I a cervix puncher?
Am I a cervix puncher?
I mean,
Hey, but you ought to get to remember now, if we're going to talk about cervixes, some women have tilted cervix. So it's not the man's fault, you
so what's
know.
any of this have to do with social media, man?
Social media and cervixes are a lot in common.
Man,
Yes,
listen,
it's
you
true.
can tell that we have ADHD. We
Squirrel.
fucking
Yeah,
figure that out.
vaginas.
So, what do you guys think the future of social media looks like? Do you think we're going to all go open source, or do you think we're going to just keep sucking the corporate's dick?
I think we're going to keep sucking the corporate stick.
But are we going to continue to allow ourselves to suck the corporate's dick, or are we going to stand up as group of people and say, fuck corporate social media, let's go to the independent guys?
I think a lot of people in this world is waking up. Doesn't matter what side of the life you look at it. Right now, it's being serial and making really people think about life differently.
Well, you know what's
Yeah.
going to start. What needs to start if we're going to do like an uproar in social media is we need to quit worrying about what the world outside of you is doing and worry more about what your community is doing. Because once your community starts going on these apps, they have the outreach of other communities and eventually it will spread. That is what
Okay.
it
Yeah.
takes.
But see, right now, what people need to understand is what us old fogies are still been trying to say is that an app is not going to prevent another AT&T and all the phones going down. You need to find another platform where you are spoken and heard and still putting out information to the people
Amen.
that doesn't evolve around a platform.
Ramen.
Ramen.
Ramen. I'm becoming a ordained minister of the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. I just have to get
Are
the money
you?
together.
One of us. One of
So
us.
if you need to get married,
If you need to get married.
like if you really need to and you need a preacher, I got you.
I got your back.
But can I wear my
Ramen.
strainer? Like
Come on.
Yeah.
a
You can
week?
be a
We
stranger,
have
but can
to.
you not call yourself preacher? Because I have, I don't know. You gotta have some kind of different terminology. I have a hard time with preachers.
Me too. They do bad things.
You know, when I think of preachers, we always think of Catholics,
Me
and
too.
it's religion, and it does not matter how much it thinks that it can conceal that the Catholic religion has had the biggest part of the turmoil that has happened on this world.
Mm-hmm.
You see
They
what I mean?
they invented a whole separate country just to get away with their crimes. Like it's
And
fucking
then for people
wild.
to think that they're elites because they have money or they have a different bloodline
Hey, if we keep
or
talking about the Catholics like this, we might get kicked off of social media. This might cancel
Mm.
us. This might because they're the biggest religion out there. You go after the Catholics, you're begging to be offed. You know, you know.
I mean, I'm just like, sometimes I'm like, will the Amish take the English in if we can learn to give up our English ways? I mean, come on. I mean, I think I would rather, you know, it's weird. It's not like I would rather, but some of the simplicity I wish I could go back to. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I wish we
definitely.
had. I wish we had because the issue is that I have with Facebook and all of them going back to that, and the technology we have is it's just so much like the simplicity of MySpace is what made it lovable.
Right.
Facebook has too much, man. Like I would like a platform just like MySpace was, except add maybe live streaming. Like you can do live videos. Like the
I just
simplicity of
barely
life.
know how to run my own Facebook, much less try to figure out where everybody else's page is. And when you text me, where did it come from? It popped up on my screen. But if I go to push it, it doesn't ever take me nowhere. So I'm like, what the hell? Maybe somebody will tell me later.
What the hell?
What
What
the
the
hell?
hell?
That's your slogan, ain't it? What the
This-
hell?
Yeah, what the hell?
That's my very first cuss word ever. Mama
I
said I
love
couldn't
it.
say hell, and I said hell's in the Bible every other page.
You know what's weird, man? Like people are like, you're gonna go to hell. I'm like, well, I mean, they have good music. I mean, they're fucking. I mean,
Well, and I'm one of those sarcastic people that I'm the kind of person to be like, well, I'm guaranteed a girlfriend, you know.
fair,
you know,
fair.
I
But
mean, oh, I'm going to hell. I'm guaranteed for a lot of shit. I mean,
I heard a joke the other day. I'm going to tell it because it's such a funny. I love it.
do it,
I forget who
do it.
told this to me, but somebody told me this. So there was Lemmy, Kilmeister, rest in peace. Ronnie James Dio, rest in peace, and then Ozzy Osbourne. Of course, we lost, unfortunately, Ronnie James Dio first. He arrives to hell. Devil's like, what makes you think you deserve to be here? And Ronnie's like, I wrote a lot of scary music. And he's like, all right, sit to my left. Then we lose Lemmy. Lemmy goes down there and he's like, what makes you think you should be here? And he's like, I lived a fast lifestyle and I still live to be 70 and I wrote grungy music. All right, sit to the other side of me. Unfortunately, in the next 120 years from now, Ozzy Osbourne passes. He goes to hell. Satan's like, what makes you think you belong here? And Ozzy's like, I believe you're sitting in my fucking chair.
You're staying in my fucking chair.
In my fucking chair, man.
I
It's,
love Ozzy.
I do
So
too.
when he was supposed to do the last tour here in Florida, I was actually going to go to that Ozfest, and that was the one that got canceled. And I was like, Ozzy was going to be the first person I ever went to a real concert. So that didn't happen. So Cashed Out won that. So I went to a Cashed Out concert this year. So that was cool. I
My
mean,
first
cause
concert. Sorry, I didn't mean to
you
interrupt you.
had go ahead. No, go on.
My first concert was Alice Cooper and Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh, there you go.
That was my first.
Nice.
It was at the Ohio State Fair. Alice tickets were only $24 a ticket because he couldn't do blood that night, so it limited his show.
I mean, I
Well,
did see Jim Dandy at a what do you call them? We used to go to a lot of Battle of the Bands, local bands.
Oh, nice. We
mhm.
have some of those nearby.
Yeah, those are always the cool ones.
Cool as
But
fuck.
I love Battle of the Bands when you see all the locals come up from around. You're
You
like,
know what? You know what I miss? This probably isn't up your alley, Carrie, but I miss that. Remember that metal show?
what do you mean metal show?
That metal show. It was well, Headbangers Ball is what they called it.
Oh yeah,
But it,
Headbangers Ball. Okay,
but
yeah.
they also they updated more recently. It's that metal show,
Well,
and
I haven't watched TV since
but
Biden got office.
Headbangers Ball back in the day, they don't do it anymore. But that metal show's similar. They would go on national TV wearing band shirts that were mailed to them. Like they
Right?
would listen to their music. If they liked it, they'd wear their shirt live on TV and help promote. And
Oh,
they'd
that's
play
fucking
like modern at the time metal acts and like legendary acts and play their music videos and shit and react to them and like do some shit like talk show, interview the bands and everything. And they would promote up and coming acts every episode. Like they had hundreds of shirts and music they had to go through every day.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was before Spotify. They're like, hey, here's my QR code.
yeah. Now it's like remember the what is it? The Americans home videos, and they would be like, "Don't send us videos." At the end of the thing, it's like, well, how do you get on there if we can't send you a video?
Bob Saget said he used to get porn all the time.
Oh, I bet.
He'd get fucking porn and he'd watch it. He's like, it was like fucking those old, when Vine first came out. That's like before TikTok.
Yeah.
When Vine came out, they had the like funny shorts. He said that's how some of the videotapes were back in the day because
Right.
they're just fucking great. But he said there's this one he watched. It was this guy. He was like, "Hey, Bob Saget," and he called him Bob Saget like 20 times. And the dude climbed the fucking ladder and he fell like
Oh
20
my.
feet.
Oh
And,
Wow.
no.
and Bob's like, they're sending me fucking like people offing themselves. And he's like, no, he's fine. He just broke a limb. He's like,
Wow. Wow.
He thought they
Wow.
were sending him like that kind of shit. He's like, nah, that ain't what that is. It's like, thank God. I just thought I saw this guy off.
Yeah.
Man, my brain is all over the place. What was we
Well,
talking about? Oh yeah, social
Social
media.
media.
social
Yeah,
media.
that's where
But
we
we're
were.
just talking about through the times, and so
Yeah.
when you reminisce about social media and the different things that we did and the different platforms, because I will always tell you that the radio is always going to be the number one go to, because when all the power goes out, all the old people grab out their little radios and all the kids are still going, my phone don't work. My phone don't work. You know,
There was a social media platform that I was on. It wasn't social media, but and I wasn't even on there really. It was a friend of mine that had an account and they would look at this shit and it scarred me a little bit. It was called bestgore.com.
Beth Gore.
Oh, that's
They, sh-
concerning.
they shut it down and they shut it down in 2020 because it had some of the most horrific shit on there.
Mm.
Like downright almost illegal. And my friend had an account. And I'm like, they're like, why don't you get an account? And I'm like, because I don't like watching this shit. Like,
Yeah.
they have like surgeries, like heart surgeries on there. They have like torture, mutilate, like
Okay,
crazy
so
shit.
I'm one of those weird people that really do. I like Mrs. Dr. Pimple Popper, and I like watching them ingrown
Yeah,
toenail
but that
thingy.
shit is open heart surgery, man. That's
Hey, hey, I have watched a whole hand surgery. If you can watch a baby being born and all that stuff, why can't you watch somebody cut open the hand
bro.
and redo the tendons and stuff?
I would
It's
rather
pretty
watch a
freaking
baby
cool.
being designed. Like, that's what your thought said. Yeah, baby being born footage is I hate, I guess. I mean, it's not something I watch all the time, Carrie. Like you're making it sound like that's all I watch. Like if you can watch babies being born,
Not you. I'm just talking about like me in general. I'm talking about how the morbid shit that I like to watch, you know?
you like to watch like it's not that I hate it, but it's not that I enjoy it. You like watching babies be born? Is that what like
I've watched a lot of birthings. I mean, when you're a mom, one, every time you're pregnant, you go through and watch every stupid episode there is about birthing and what can be another complication. What are the new ways of,
I have
um,
too much anxiety for that. I'll just let it happen. I'll just fucking
yeah, well,
I'm
you're
terrified of
not put
having my vagina
something
be stretched open.
You're
well, I
not
have
putting something the size of a watermelon out the size of a walnut.
Yeah.
C-section. I was born I was born
They
C-section.
don't give you that choice.
Okay, but I'm going to tell
You
you
should.
something that's really crazy about
Like
women.
the doctor should walk up and be like, "Hey, you want to tear your pussy open, or do you want a C-section?" Let's get a
No, I'm going to
C-section
tell
for
you
this baby.
something really. Most women are rubber bands. Can just can Their bodies are designed, and some women their bodies are not developed
I
enough.
saw that on Pornhub. Yeah, where a woman can
Okay,
take two arms up in there. I don't watch weird shit. It's just something that popped up.
you
You
know. But I had an episiotomy 2 times, so that means both times they had to cut me to allow that baby to come out. And they can't cut you in the same spot. So I have like a Y. I have a traffic, stay to the left.
You have a yield sign in your puss. Like that's
Well,
Yeah.
what's sad is, what is that? Your little taint that's just in between, that thing
Mhm.
stretches to be, people don't understand how much that area can stretch on a woman.
see, I was blessed and I was born a guy. Thank God. Like I'm, I'm glad I don't have to be stretched and my
I mean,
butthole
when
ripped.
you think about it, females are kind of reptilian. If a snake can unhinge their jaw to fucking get the rat out, we kind of like our hips just
Unhinge your
open.
hips.
Our
Yeah.
hips just kind of do, and that baby just comes out. And it's like the reason why their head's so soft is so it can form. Oh, trust me, Nisha was like this for a couple hours. So when she come
Bonehead.
out, I thought she looked like a Klingon. They said, "Oh, what do you think about your baby?" I was like, "She looks like a Klingon. Is her hair gonna stay like that?" I was like, "Yeah." But I just turned 18. Nobody told us stuff back then.
I
Yeah.
Did you know the chainsaw was invented because of like childbirth?
Yeah.
They used it to cut the vagina. It was a chainsaw.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shut the
yeah,
fuck
Pink. Yeah.
up.
No, 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 it's true. Okay, I'm gonna tell you.
No.
I'm gonna
Actually, they
tell
wouldn't
you.
cut the vagina. They would cut the hip bone to help.
Yeah, it's not the bottom
Oh.
part. Yeah, so they had this. Yeah, they had some pretty
I'm
medieval
like
shit,
puckered up inside now. I'm like,
Ain't that some shit?
it's
girl. If
dumb.
you would
It's
see what that dildos were in the 1800s, and what these little once they become electrified, what these contraptions were. So
They're like an
men
egg beater.
men back in the 30s and this and that, when their women would be erratic or whatever, they would send them to the doctor, and the doctor would really just give the woman an orgasm.
Man, I
You
wish
know,
my doctor would give me an orgasm. Like every time I go there, he
so
sticks his finger
ew.
in my butt and he tries, but I'm not. I don't like a finger in the butt. You know what I'm saying? You know?
but it's crazy that women were incarcerated so many different ways. So if you were going through postpartum, if you just had a baby and you were going through postpartum depression, and your husband had enough of it, he could lock you up in a sane asylum and say that you lost your mind,
That's
and
fucked.
you're there forever, and nobody will ever think about you twice.
See, that's
And
fucked. But you know what's still fucked is a woman still needs permission for a divorce.
what are you talking about? Women still need permission for birth control in certain
What
states.
up, Captain Winky?
And that's terrible that in certain states, that one, you have to have 5 children or be the age of 23 before you can get your tubes tied, or you have to have your husband's, or you have to have your husband's
Permission.
written permission.
Mm-hmm.
But he can
That's
go have a vasectomy at any time and not tell you anything, and that's perfectly legal.
yeah, that's fucked
Yeah.
up.
That's because the way the old marriage testimonies were set is that you were to obey your husband. And then
Yeah.
just like the whole Duggar family, when you go back to the religion, it's about you obey your husband. Once you claim a husband, your husband has final say of everything.
So, isn't it cool though that you ladies are allowed on social media? Because that's what we're supposed to be doing.
Right?
No, but that's where we're at these days. Do you see what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Could you imagine if we had women with our spunk that actually had a voice to do this? I mean, thank goodness for the black women in our aviator systems in NASA. Okay, let's just thank those, you know, but they were still went through a lot of shit to even be there.
You know it's weird. I'm. This is a random ass thought, but did you know that there is this woman? All right. I don't know what made her get the balls to do this, but she joined the NAACP, which applaud her. However, she's a white woman. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
she joined the NAACP and did full on blackface and claimed she was black.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
that girl.
Yeah, and she's like, I identify as black. I'm like, bitch, you go get stabbed.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
don't
Well,
do
that's
it.
like the politician that says that she's Native American. You know, if she has a CDBI card, then more power to her. But most people, like my family, are Native American, but I can't go and tell you that I'm Native. I mean, look at my skin. I'm white. I don't have a CDBI card. My nephew that comes over here every day, my niece that comes, my cousins.
Like, I don't
But,
promote violence in any way by that comment, but like, it
oh
is
no,
funny. But like, you're gonna pretend. Try going into like a ghetto, like an area that like
man,
they go play
blackface
that.
ain't going down. It's
They
just
go
not going
play.
down.
Go fucking play that shit. You walk in there acting like you're black and you're got all white on, got a tan. She looked like fucking Dwayne the Rock Johnson with a fucking woman form. Like she wasn't black.
Mm-mm-mm.
She was just Samoan. Like that ain't even close. Like that's what she,
One of the Samoan wrestlers. Hi-ya, cha-cha-cha. Dude, I
uh,
don't even know how to say their little chant, but I fucking respect it though.
I love the fact that like every Samoan wrestler is successful, but they're also all related. Like, that's a beautiful thing.
Cousins. In other words, you better ask who your daddy is.
Yeah.
How far down the line are you?
So, what social media platforms are you guys on? If anybody wants to follow you,
Oh, you want to go first, Mama?
do
Um,
you have any?
I'm on Clapper. I'm on TikTok.
I want to get lotion for that
Mm,
clapper.
I
Go ahead.
know. Um,
it's like
Rave.
just makes my head come off.
Yeah, I don't know.
See, I'm on fucking everything, but I'm about ready to limit my platforms. I'm done with TikTok.
That's
As of,
awesome.
as of today, I'm done with TikTok. Was that a stash inside of a fucking stuffed?
Try.
Aw,
What is he? The little dinosaur with the.
Triceratops.
There you go. Thank you.
You're
My
welcome.
favorite dinosaur is the Clitoris Rex.
But
I
yeah,
love.
so you just ripped the head off.
Oh, that's cold blooded. But hey, he's
That's
got
amazing.
a nice
I
hat.
bought it at an event.
Have you tried using
Um,
the hat?
if I don't have her business card right here, I need to take her business card and stash it on. So then that way, when I do these videos, I get to promote the people that I buy their stuff from.
Yeah.
Smart.
You know. But yeah, that's a pretty cool stash one. I got it and I was like, oh, I love it. And I go, oh, but if my granddaughter finds it, oh, I gotta hide it.
So, who do you think the first porn wrestling champion will be?
Out of
Me.
us,
No, no,
Okay.
I
shit,
was like,
no.
I can't physically promise you anything on a good day. You know,
Right.
I'm a cheerleader.
I
You know, rah rah ree. Here you go. I'm a real cheerleader. Mardi Gras is coming, right?
yeah, oh my god, I want to do my hair like that, straight up. I'm
Woohoo.
gonna get my hair like all like put my little pigtails. I'm gonna dye them all.
I got
Wear the-
props. That's one
wear-
thing I do.
Oh,
Wondering I used to do a lot.
that looks nice though. I want that on my head.
I
I'm ready
want that on
to
my head.
Yeah, I want to walk around look like George Clinton and the Funkadelics. Like
Oh,
walking like
geez.
He's gonna put it on and say, "Spank me."
spank me, daddy.
Oh my goodness!
That's I don't know. That was weird. All right, let's not do that again.
I'm not driving you home. That's all I
Yeah.
got to say. You better
Yeah,
find
I
your
was
cat.
like,
Oh no, that was my
He's
rebel
like, "What are you
yell.
talking about? I am home,
Look at my hair. My hair is like doing shit. I look like the cowardly lion. Like this.
dude."
So, what social media platforms you on, Carrie?
Okay, well, of course, I'm here on YouTube. I got two channels. You got, of course, Carrie's Kitchen and WDH Art on the other one. There's, what do I got? I got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I got Clapper. What's that other one? That's a branch off of Instagram, a
Thread.
thread. There you go.
oh, yeah.
I have
Instagram. I forgot about that one.
I have thread count. Your just best bet to go to my True Leave. I mean my True Leave, not my True Leave. Fuck
Isn't that
that.
like a dispensary? I'd love to get a True Leave.
That just means that True Leave is talking about me. All right, because I've just been razzling that, and that's a whole nother conversation. Um, but my link tree. If you follow the link tree, you'll get to follow the events. And if anybody doesn't know, I just now became a retailer for Katie Neely's arts. So I just now started.
Nice.
I got a whole bunch of her prints. I'm waiting for the portfolio. So the next event on the 9th in Tampa. It's gonna be awesome. So I
That's
get to
That's
have
awesome.
Katie's prints there to sell to you.
that's awesome.
Yes, I'm
What is
excited.
your Linktree account? Do you have it offhand?
I would have to touch it.
You can touch it. Just don't make it grow.
You know, that's what she said. You know,
I'm sorry, I just tinkled a little.
It's all right. That's what
I
happened.
am what?
I'm moist. I'm a
You're
little
moist.
I'm a little dapper. That's what the Brits call moist. I'm a little
Oh,
dapper. I'm a li- I don't know.
Oh no, I was gonna show you the business card, but
Business
it's
card.
not here. Usually it's Carrie's.kitchen.
Carrie's
That's
dot kitchen.
that's where you can get my website,
You
Carrie's.kitchen.
have a lovely forehead. Has anybody told you that in your life? Oh,
Too close, too close.
that did something to my left nipple.
That's what she said.
It just, I mean, it made my lint and my belly button tingle. That's what it did.
oh,
It
we
tingled my.
clocked that, eh?
Yeah, I actually had a full sweater the other day. I just pulled out of my belly button hole. It's fucking
Nice.
wild. I don't know where it comes from.
You crocheted it into a sweater, or
Yeah,
you
yeah,
unfolded a sweater?
my belly button. Yeah.
Oh, confused and infused.
All right, just scan that QR code and it'll take you there. Or you can just go to Confused and Infused, which is what Carrie's dot kitchen.
It's Carrie's.kitchen.
All right, what the hell LLC. I love that. What the hell?
Carrie's
What
Kitchen
the
and
hell?
Art LLC. Yep. I'll read it to you. It says, what the hell, confused and infused, cannabis chef, cannabis patient, cannabis classes, mixed media artist, and all my art affiliates. So
You the
that means,
man. You the man.
there you go. Fine print kills us. On the other side, it says you can get vegan, gluten free, sugar free options, all natural, organic healing salves, insect repellents, and custom orders and commissions.
Dude, that is cool as hell. Get
Mhm.
your
That's the way
man.
we do that. We help people. We don't gatekeep. You get your medicine, and I'll help you create whatever edibles you need to on your side.
Oh my god, you are killer. You're killing the edibles
Mhm.
game.
Thank you.
And
Well, it's about everybody's trying to make a buck off of medicine, but we're complaining about cancer medicine, and we have found ways to make the herbal and us um, hemp. Edible producers, the hemp division, we still have access to the pure CBD that's not watered down,
and in some
from
cases, it's been proven in some cases, not all, but some, RSO and other cannabinoid proper products like RSO and shit have been known to cure cancer.
yes, and
Mhm.
definitely to stop the growth of cancer cells,
Yeah,
and start.
or terminate them completely.
Yes. Same with my doctor won't confirm or deny. When they diagnosed me with COPD, I had two nodules in my lungs. And since I quit smoking and I'm only a cannabis person, I'm down to one nodule. So one has dissipated.
Wow.
So that's good.
Mhm.
See, I would like to do a little PSA because I'm not a doctor. I'm just a stoner.
Yeah.
So,
We're just owners here.
but I did read some research online that is very promising that RSO does kill cancer cells.
It does, and so does if you can get a hold of a cannabinoid, a hemp cannabinoid called CBC mixed with a CBG and CBD. This has got very high properties for reducing cancer cells. This is one of those hemp options that you don't ever hear about.
You know what
So
else is crazy?
I'm sorry.
You know what else is crazy?
Go
Uh,
ahead.
RSO, from my understanding, there's not enough research, so they are inclusive, but it is very promising that RSO is very good at combating organ failure and shit like liver failure or all of that. I have a friend who has what is it, kidney failure, and
Hmm.
they went from one stage down to the stage before that, and that is medically impossible.
Right. And that's what they say with me with COPD. They say you can't go backwards. It'll only get worse,
But you're
you
getting better.
know? And, RA now, dealing with RA and fibro, now that's two different other situations,
Yeah,
you know? but one battle at a time.
Yeah, and I've known like of people, and I know somebody actually that has cured their cancer with RSO. They didn't have any other medical treatments, and they've been alive for the last, I'd say, almost a decade since their diagnosis.
Yes, I
And,
know a few people that have,
and they were told
myself.
they'd be gone in 6 months, and he's still here. He reversed his cancer.
But it's an extensive. People don't understand that you need a good 60 grams, to even start that dosage. To do that regimen. And 60 grams of RSO, that's a lot of RSO,
Yep, and
you
that's a
know.
lot of money for a lot of people.
Mhm.
It sure is,
But it's
you
still
know.
cheaper than most cancer treatments, though.
Oh, dude, come on. You remember they just Baker acted me. The billing department of my doctor's office Baker acted me over an argument, and they sent me a $4,000 bill, and they didn't give me no psych meds.
Them sons of bitches.
You see what I mean? They just literally made me sleep in a bed that was nasty, and then they delivered me to another spot, and that was worth $4,000, a holding tank.
See, I don't trust doctors, man, at all. Like none. Like there's some good ones, but like they're there to practice medicine. We need herbal doctors again. Ones that will
Well,
diagnose you and then tell you, hey, this herbal supplement will help instead of pushing poison.
Well, it's because the
Mhm.
elite owns the control of the pharmaceutical companies and the medical
True.
company. And when they own that, they also control what is taught. So they tell you that all natural medicine is basically black magic voodoo medicine that your grandma's just faking you out. You know what I mean? But they don't want you to know that that B12, that our body needs B12, and that B12 comes from meat.
Mhm.
They don't want you to know that you need magnesium every day, but then they're putting fluoride in your water, you know. So you you know how we can go down that dirt hole right there. So
Also, what's weird is dietitians, at least the ones that I went to, will tell you that if you have a health problem or whatever you do, don't fast, even though science says that fasting will reverse diseases because your body needs time to get rid of all the shit that's in your system.
we'll see.
You're
And
just
the
adding to it.
The problem is that they keep giving us these pharmaceutical drugs. Okay, so I got
You
what?
need to eat
Two,
before
four,
taking them.
six, eight. I got 10 pills I got
Yeah.
to take every morning and every night. And if I don't take food before I take it, like I said, so now I don't have good gut health. And
Yep.
gut health means everything.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. Gut health means if I have bad gut health, I have a headache. So the headache's been here. There's a headache, but what can you do about it?
Yeah.
You know?
And you're not supposed to eat before bed, so therefore you're still
So here it is at 11 o'clock at night. You and I both know I'll drink some more water and try not to even try to hit something to
because
eat. But
they say intermittent fasting is the best thing to do, really, because you're giving your body time to break down the vitamins instead of you're constantly piling food in there. And that's the mistake I was making, is I was eating non fucking stop, man.
well, and that, and I mean, we should. I'm the world's worst to follow through on my own. Practice what I preach sometimes. Like we really should be taking a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. But even if you look at the apple cider vinegar, I had to throw one away. When have you ever known vinegar to sour?
Vinegar doesn't sour; it is sour.
That's what I'm saying. So when you start getting settlement at the bottom of and things, and you're like, what happened to the vinegar? So it's crazy. They're just chemicalizing everything that we eat, the most simple things that we're not paying attention to.
So I got a question. I always see like vinegar. It says with mother, but what about like its father, man, or its brother? Like, why don't they say any of that? You just get the mother. what the fuck is the mother of vinegar? Like, why aren't we eating that? Why are we
That's
drinking the
so
baby of mother? Why aren't we just eating mother?
that is so
I mean,
terrible.
I eat mother sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? But
That is so bad.
but
That is so bad. It's like,
milfs, they
what
make the world
flavor are
go
we
round.
having this week?
I love milfs. I love my chocolate milfs. I love all kinds of milfs. Strawberry milf,
Hey,
weekend.
there's a lot of milfs. I mean, what is it? Two to every male? Well, except for there's this one country, I guess, for the last 6 months, they haven't had not one female baby born. I forget where that was at.
Damn.
Yeah. So
I bet you in the next few years there's going to be huge surplus on people on Grinder because
I'm grinding.
there's only males in that area. Like, well, we gotta, I guess, take one in the ass for good fun, I guess.
I
Well,
wonder if you guys can see this.
I just want to know if we're gonna get better Chippendale dancers.
I didn't know Chippendale was still a thing. Eat pussy, it's vegan.
That's
It actually is. And it's a good source of protein.
Yeah.
what
Are
they
we
say.
are we trying to get kicked off of Facebook?
I don't know what.
Maybe. I don't know.
That'd be fucking fun.
Okay, so all I can say is our zigzag squirrel moments is what keeps it real.
I
Okay.
love it. Oh, we were talking about social media. All right, cool. Now I'm
Okay,
back.
so I'm gonna start holding up stickers like boom, zap.
Right?
If you guys really want to get into it, man, let's do this. All right.
The old comic ones.
All right, let's do this. All right. Don't you hate it when you go to your favorite old school social media platform and they don't exist anymore? That's fucking cool.
Okay,
That was. I like your nose and all, but can I see your face, man?
how do you think this is?
How old? That's a Game Boy, ain't it? Oh, that's from like 2000.
Yeah, this is a Nintendo DS.
Oh, what year is it
Wow.
from?
Well, Dimitri was born in 2003, and I bought it so I could. I was before Androids.
Man, I knew a guy that was on androids and he fucking got real buff.
This is when my dad had learned how to.
Not one fucking laugh. I'm stupid.
I didn't even
Aw.
hear. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Good. I'm just joking. Good.
Oh, nothing. I was just saying that's when we were able to bootleg. Where is it? Movies when you rented them and
Oh,
then
that's
put them on
cool.
disc. Remember? And then
I
when I
thought
would fly to Oklahoma, I would take a little tablet and that would take the SD cards, and I never would have to pay for the movie. And Dimitri would have a movie the whole time we was on the airplane.
you know what's crazy is nowadays you can get little handhelds of like the old games and it has it like on the actual all the games on there. You
All
don't
the
have to buy.
games. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty fucking cool.
And there's also this retro game system that you can get and you put like Sega game in it or a Nintendo game or whatever game you want, really, and you can play it.
It'll play all of them.
There's different slots for each game system.
That's crazy. I used to have the big antique dresser for all the kids that had all the games in it. It had a Tony Hawk board in there for the Xbox. Yeah,
Nice.
I have the Tony Hawk game. I have the Tony Hawk board.
I miss discs. Like I
Right.
miss discs. I hate I didn't even realize laptops didn't have disc trays anymore. I was really depressed when I bought my laptop and there wasn't a fucking disc
Right? Mine don't
because
neither. And mine's fingerprint
Yeah, I'm
and
like,
click.
mine doesn't.
I
they
was like,
don't.
what the hell?
They don't. But you know what's weird? Some of them come with CD burner software still, but no disc tray.
Right?
Because you can buy the CD burner separate nowadays. It's not in the laptop anymore. It's
Mm.
USB. Now it makes me upset because I can't watch some of my or listen to any of my old music anymore because I've got CDs still. But I also can't watch like my Impractical Jokers season 1 through 4. I can't watch Austin Powers, my DVD trilogy. I can't watch. I have to
Okay, wait a
fucking
minute.
find them streaming.
Wait a second. Do you have an old PS3 sitting around the house?
I don't know if it works.
But remember, they'll play all those movies.
Yeah, but I don't want to have a separate thing. I'm always I'm on my laptop more than anything else. I'd love to be like, hey, I'll watch it over here in this corner. No, I'm fucking high and I have ADHD, bro. I'd actually be looking at the movie and then I'll see, oh, my friend messaged me and I'll never watch the movie. So yeah, it
Mm,
is smart to get.
you know, because that's, I would, because I have one. I think I have a PlayStation still in here. Ryan has one in there. And then I believe Ryan does have the new Xbox. I think his son did buy him the new Xbox so they could play games together. But has
I
he been on it? I couldn't tell you that.
I haven't played Xbox in a minute. I haven't played any games in a minute, really. Like, not literally a minute. Like, it's been years. That's just how I talk.
I used to game a lot, but arthritis, my fingers, fuck no, there is no more of this. My nephew, Robert Ohana, he'll be the only one to tell you that I'm the only person that can beat him in Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, but I can only do it once because my fingers will be like, fuck you, bitch.
That sucks
Yeah.
because, like, I think I'm starting to get arthritis in my chest, but like, I can only imagine what the hell. We got dogs going on. We got this handsome fuck. Look at him.
Hey,
Look at this cute guy right here.
How you
no,
doing?
you stop it.
Yeah,
He's
this
like,
is
stop
this
it.
is Tim of
How we
Wrath
doing?
of the Fallen. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, Mike. How you doing?
I'm doing good. You have handsome lips.
You
Like
know what? I appreciate that from you.
you're welcome. Like they are lips that I could see myself kissing a little bit. How you been, brother?
Mike, my dad.
You know
Here,
what? It's
see.
been
You've been super busy.
super busy lately. Yeah.
Oh, with the band stuff. You got a new song coming out, don't you?
Oh, yes, we do. Yep.
When's that?
Nice.
What's it called?
Hoping one more week.
One more week. So hey, Tim, since you have to be on social media to promote, we was
Yeah.
talking just a minute ago before we got into boobs, pussy, and ass and shit, and I don't know what else but we're back on social media since Pornhub's a social media platform. I guess that's where we was going. So, do you think the future of social media would be an open source social media platform where each person controls what they see and we're not controlling what other people can post?
That's a good question. Honestly, I feel like most people are going to have VR pretty soon because I've seen a lot of like Samsung and iPhone things are starting to come out where it's like a whole thing that covers your face and you can put the earphones
That's
in.
dumb. Live life. Like,
Okay, do you really think that we're going to become idiocracy? I
yep.
mean, it's bad enough that Crocs
Oh,
became
no.
real, but if our
Yeah.
kids are sitting in a chair with the VR on, I mean, at least my son with the VR, he can't sit in a damn chair. He needs to get up because he needs a perimeter because he's
Yeah.
going to shoot something.
I got a
Right.
question. Now, I am excited for VR because how would a VR porn work? Asking for a
Oh,
friend.
snap.
Asking for a friend. Would you
I
have to
can
get
I
a
can only
robot?
imagine that it would be a new development that most people wouldn't be ready for, I think.
You're going to need something
Bro,
like
we
this.
need to get the $4,000 robot chick. If I put on that VR and it just fucking does everything the video does, dude, that'd be the best investment.
You're going to have to put one of these things on your willy.
Why?
So it'll
Hi.
catch all your jizz and then you can just hide it and then nobody will ever
Why
know.
am I hiding my jizz under my bed like I'm some kind of jizz fairy? Like,
I'm
why
just
don't I?
saying because that's a little tight area where you're at right now.
Why am I hiding my chin?
Wait, what are you talking about, Carrie? You're talking crazy. I'm
That's
sorry,
too
Tim. You
funny.
walked in on me jizzing in a bucket, I guess.
Yes, I jumped in at a
In a
certain time. Yes,
can.
like
Get it right.
I'm sorry. Carrie likes to hit things out the left field all the time. Okay, so
I
it's the
love it. I
tab.
Yeah.
welcome to Taboo. Oh, by the way, we do have an interview. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Tim, but we do have an interview coming up.
Take your
We're
time.
going to be interviewing stand-up comedian and former sports broadcaster Bill Borenke. Is that how you pronounce it, or is it
Lauren
Bronke?
K.
Borenke? I think Bronke's like cool. If you're listening to this, we love you, Bill. But yeah, we're gonna have Bill on. He's a stand-up comedian.
Nice.
He
That's
is
gonna be awesome.
he's more family oriented than me, which I respect. But I will talk to anyone, man. I can get raunchy, but I can also get soft. It may be hard, but I can get soft. That's my new slogan.
That's what she said.
So, Tim, what is the name of this song? And tell us a little bit about it.
So our new song coming out is called Dark Sky, and it's just a metaphor that I use to kind of explain depression to people that may or may not has ever experienced it themselves. And pretty excited about it because so far the people that have heard it, it's been very positive. A lot of people that like they're like, "Oh, hey, I really resonate with that." Which we've never released a song yet. It's just we've sent the song to a few people, in a trusted friend group, just say, hey, this is what we have right now. What do you guys think? And it's been nothing but positive, honestly. And they've shared to a few other people that reached out, and pretty excited about the whole entire thing. We're actually hiring a guy right now to go recording at the Moundsville Penitentiary in Moundsville, West Virginia, for a music video, which is pretty exciting. And
That's cool shit, bro.
yeah, and that's
That's
going to be
huge.
happening early April. So I think we're going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and release the song just as it is, on
When?
Spotify
When
and
was
you.
that?
Early April, we're going to go record. Not
All
record,
right,
sorry.
all right, guys, you heard it here first, man. He sent it to me, and if we get to 10,000 followers before April, I'll release it on Napster. Oh, fuck.
Nice.
I'm just kidding. I don't even think Napster's still a fucking thing.
I don't know if it is neither.
No.
I think
It's like
Metallica fucked that up.
I
But I'm
think
sorry, baby.
Napster died right. I mean, Greenwire. When Greenwire went down, Napster was right behind it.
But I'm sorry, I had to crack that joke. Where can we find
Oh,
this
you're
song
okay.
once it releases?
One of the cool things about the video is that it's in pretty much the most haunted place in Moundsville, West Virginia. Like pretty much not even Moundsville, just all of West Virginia in general. Like it's this. I mean, if you ever watched Ghost Adventures or Ghost Hunters or any type of ghost show ever on TV, they have been there. Like this is going to be bigger than you could think. It's just this. I mean, who knows? Yeah, when you're watching the music video, you might even see like a ghost in the background. Like we have no clue.
Jesus,
But
bro. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't there a video game based in Moundsville too?
Mm.
no, I think it was Centralia, Pennsylvania,
Okay.
for Silent Hill. I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
Silent Hill.
I
oh,
Yeah.
was just
Moundsville.
thinking Silent Hill too.
Yeah,
Man.
it's going to be really cool, and I really can't wait to share with the world. Because everyone needs someone that cares, and that's one thing our band does. We always all of our songs are always about mental illness, domestic violence. It's always about real things that happen to real people, and
Oh,
I
what is
really
it?
show the world, what it is.
Bro,
That's fucking awesome. So, where does everybody find your music at? Are you on Deezer? Are you
Oh,
where?
we're on every single music platform. We're on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music. I think I already said
Yeah.
YouTube,
And
but
and
yeah, anywhere you can find it.
is there a teaser trailer to the new song or no?
There's no, well, Mike has one. I sent Mike a an early version, so if he feels comfortable, sharing it with some people, that's okay. Um,
okay. I didn't know because it's an early version. I didn't want to fuck
it
up a
is an early
release.
version.
Well, then the old way is don't jinx it, don't jinx it, because we hang out with so many different artists, and it's always exciting. But it's exciting to us that you share that moment with us too.
Oh
So
yeah,
we're groupies too. Okay, no.
yeah.
Now,
Well,
Tim, if you want,
yeah, full- I think 4. We got 4 now. I think recorded on YouTube and Spotify, all that. Plenty of songs you guys can check us out and stuff. And
All right.
Next, you're going to be on Cribs because, like, look at the fucking kitchen. I love your cupboards or wherever you are. I don't know, but I love the cupboards. It's
yeah,
awesome.
my kitchen.
Oh, that's
I did.
That's
beautiful.
beautiful.
Showing off now. Showing off.
Yeah.
Since we
Oh,
have
it's
you on here,
honestly, it really did.
since we have you on here, I'm gonna play some of your music since you're here and we're allowed to.
Oh, yeah.
Because
It's
That'd be
about
great.
copyright. We have to be with the artist.
yeah,
Right. I totally understand that. And you guys have anyone listening right now, you all have my permission to use music,
all
for sure.
right. Well, if you want to demonetize me, I don't care, but don't take his fucking video down, or else I'm gonna put a boot in your. I'm gonna get a hold of Tom, and we'll bring back MySpace. Don't you fuck with me.
Well,
But
I'll tell you what, make you a deal.
I gotta go, guys.
As long as I can go smoke a cigar while you play it, we have no problems.
go ahead.
I'm gonna walk out there and go
Let me
smoke a
get
cigar.
out of here.
All right, come on, dude. We're gonna play "Pressure" by Wrath of the Fallen. All right, you ready? Let's open this up here. Let's spread our thighs and show the world. Wait, no. Oh no, you're huge. Look at you. Look how big you are. There we are.
Oh, quit.
Where did Carrie go?
Oh.
Her camera disappeared. Anyway, I think she must have got excited and went to the app. All right, let's listen to this song. This is Wrath of the Fallen. We are with Tim Oaksley of Wrath of the Fallen. This is Pressure.
But it's all of my
Yeah, that was fucking amazing.
Awesome. Great job.
Thanks.
Dude, like, I love your voice, man.
That's actually one of the ones of those songs we have recorded that I don't like my voice.
See, that's how that
That's
works.
I just I don't know what it is. It just gets me. I feel like I could have done better, but I do appreciate it.
You have a great voice, but you should explore more into the realm of like death metal and polka. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, this new
Okay.
song is super death metal. I wouldn't say death metal, but
it's like
metalcore for
it's
sure.
heavier than the shit you've done.
I wish, man, I wish I could. I wish we could play it on here.
We
But
could, but
ooh,
I probably could if I dug into my fucking messages,
that's,
man, because you got it.
yeah.
You sent it to me.
I mean, if you guys wanted to hear it, it would be a first, and it's super, but it is heavy. It is,
It's
especially the
pretty.
second verse. The second verse, because the first verse was screamed by my bassist Brock, and the second verse was screamed by me, and I went for a Danny Filth style. From Creole Filth. I don't know if you guys know.
I
That might
love
be
Danny.
too old for you guys, maybe.
No, Danny Filth is the shit, man. I went and saw a Cradle of Filth somewhat recently, and fucking killer, dude.
Wow. Oh man, I love Danny Filth.
The
And
show was fucking awesome, bro.
but that song that we just played for anyone listening, that was about suicide, and
You guys
you know,
have really.
I hope the song reaches anyone in any type of way. We hear you. I've lost some friends and family to that, and I know there might be some people listening that might feel the same. And that's why we do what we do. Every one of our songs is always about reaching out to people. Every one of them.
You should though, because that's what mental health, man. We need to view mental health more seriously. Like we need to be able to
Yeah.
reach out to people because I've
It's
had
a problem, and it's a problem.
nights where I'll be honest, I was afraid to reach out to people because I have a social presence and I don't want people to see me in that type of situation.
It's scary. It's almost being like super vulnerable to even talk about it.
Yeah.
You know.
Now I do have this song, but I can't bring it up big screen because it's got the link. But if anybody's watching, I'm just going to show a quick clip of it. Not the video. I don't have the video.
If you do, I think it's about a minute 26.
Do a minute 26.
Yeah, I think that's about where the Danny Phil shit starts happening.
I'll do a minute 24. How's that sound?
That turns me.
Okay, let's do this. I mean, you turn me on sometimes.
Oh, you stop.
Like,
Without a soul, we can't be found. Just at the shelf and walk around. It hurts to close my eyes. With the demons keep you alive. We made our own damnation. Don't speak about salvation. It's time. Let's fucking go. Even when the skies are burning, the willow whispers through the day.
I'll cut it off there so they don't hear too much of it. But that's fucking. I heard it before, but like it still blows my mind. Dude. I didn't know. I knew you could do screams, but I didn't know you could like channel your inner filth, man. Didn't know you could do all that.
Yeah, well,
How'd you learn? Like, was you possessed as a child, and you're like, oh fuck, I can do all that? Like, was
no, you know what? That's actually a pretty funny story. I was actually raised Catholic, and
I'm sorry.
yeah, me too. But oh man, I decided. I think it was about 21, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna go because I was raised in it. I didn't have a choice. I couldn't even watch Brother Bear because my parents were scared that I would like sell my soul to the devil to become a bear. Like it was ridiculous shit. They found out Pikachu was Lightning Devil, and so I couldn't even have Pokemon cards. So
What?
it was very strict
Wow.
growing up. Very strict growing up.
Just wait till they found out what muck backwards is, bro.
Oh my god, dude! It was honestly, it
Hold
was so.
on. Our live is ending soon. We only have 2 hours. So,
Oh,
everybody, good
sorry.
night. Love y'all. Sorry, I didn't realize it.
Oh, it's okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to take your guys' time.
No, you're good. It's just saying
Okay.
our live is ending, and I don't know. It's still recording, though, so we can just keep going and do the after show
Well.
video.
Anyway, we ended up moving to a very haunted house, like super haunted. So my brother ended up seeing it the most, and he'd be screaming in the night, and I remember just being terrified because he was just like bloody murder screaming for my mom and dad because he kept seeing this entity in our house, and we ended up moving. We were only there for like a year, sold the house,
Damn.
left, and after that, my parents split up, and that's when I started listening to like more metal. I started getting to the paranormal. And to this day, I still do a lot of paranormal. I actually do my own ghost hunting and stuff, like for fun all the time. And I think that's what got me into listening to like death metal. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go on my own spiritual adventure because I never had a chance to. So I
Fuck.
went through the whole thing. I tried Hindu, I tried Buddhism, I tried paganism.
I've
All.
got a religion for you, Tim. Me and Pink are going to try to convert you. Uh, we are. I just became one. I am now a Pastafarian. We believe in the flying spaghetti monster.
I'm convinced.
Join
True
us.
story, Bob. Our heaven has a beer volcano and a stripper factory.
Yeah, our heaven has a beer volcano and a stripper factory, bro.
And our hell has a flat beer volcano and a stripper factory with STDs. But it's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine. So, I mean, and every Friday is a holiday.
yeah.
Like, it's
And your
amazing.
official hat though is a strainer, but you don't have to wear it all
Yeah.
the time, but you can. And
That's not
also, instead of the 10 commandments of what you should or shouldn't do, they have the I wish you would. What was it? I would
I'd
rather you
really rather you didn't.
Yeah, I really rather you
Yeah.
didn't. Sorry, I'm new to this religion. Uh,
you know what, you gotta start somewhere, man.
but instead of amen, we say ramen.
Ramen. Yeah. Ramen.
Even better, man.
It's a mock religion. We don't actually. I mean, she might, but
I'm an ordained minister and have been for about 10 years. So,
it's that
There you
old
go.
of a religion.
uh huh.
Oh, hey, Tim, I'm trying desperately right now. I'm calling upon all of my friends. Eventually, soon, this will happen. I'm leaving Facebook in the next couple years.
In the next couple of years.
We need to leave Facebook as a society. We need to leave. They're stealing our data openly. They admitted to it. They fucking admitted to censoring people so that it can fit their agenda. They admitted to all this shit. And
Right.
so did Elon Musk. Elon Musk has blocked any tweet that mentions Mastodon, which is their rival. He blocked any fucking journalist who talks negative on Elon Musk.
I'm message you guys right there.
By the way, this is still recording, and I don't give a fuck. I can pick out the good parts and post them as like a leak. Oh, there we go. I love you. Hey, wpot.live has been censored from Facebook, bro. Our radio company, you're not allowed posting about it on fucking social media.
Never did. But I'll tell you one. I'll tell you one funny thing about what you were talking about.
Yeah.
So leaving Facebook and everything like that, right?
Yep.
Okay. So to anyone listening, I was a United States sailor. I joined the military. I got out about 4.5 years ago. And I'm telling you now, when people say military grade, it's honestly probably worse than you could find on Facebook Marketplace. I just want to let you guys know that. Like, I had IT guys be like, oh, this is a military grade computer, and they'd be like, and my IT guys would be like, nah, man, this thing is like a Dell still, right? But
You know what's sad is some of the computers at our houses are more military grade than the military grade shit.
yeah, they're like, oh, it's military grade. It's like, okay, so it's outdated. But
U.S.
but,
government owned. That's what that is. That's fucking
but
cheap.
when you're talking about Facebook, because like that kind of stuff. When I was in, I signed an NDA. Like I wasn't allowed to. There's certain things that I did that I can't legally talk about. But the one thing I can tell you about for sure is that I remember while I was in, it was heavily regulated for being on social media. It was like every single person. I was on the USS Megan Island, LHD-8, and as a Marine Corps ship, take them go deploy them where they needed to go, and I come back, and every single person on that ship had like your information. If you made a post just said, "Oh, today sucked," you got pulled in to like the chief's office and was like, "Why the fuck did you say that?" You know,
Wow.
you're like, "Say what?" Like you're bad mouthing the Navy while you're doing that. That kind of stuff. And it's like, "Oh no, man! I was just saying like today was a hard fucking day. It was just kind of rough. I was just
I
doing."
mean, you can literally, when you're no longer a member, talk about how fucked up they are. Like, why does it matter why you're in there or not? It's still gonna be
Well, because
said.
while you're in, they have, they have you. That's just
I couldn't do that lifestyle, man.
you sign a contract and no
Can't
matter
do
what.
that.
That's
I
it.
saw what happened with Vince McMahon and that girl. I ain't, I ain't signing no contract.
Dude, when I was shot, I was at 4 weeks, and took my didn't even tell my dad or even call my mom until like 4 weeks later until my story was straight. And it's not even because it was like something sketchy. It was just
Testing.
kind of like it had
Damn.
completely right. It's kind of weird.
By the way, Carrie, we're not live anymore, but we are still recording. It cuts off my broadcast after 2 hours. But it's just fucking wild, dude. By the way, that song is killer. You missed it, Carrie.
Yeah,
You
it is
disappeared.
really good.
Mike, you should play the ending of it. You
I
should play
will.
the if you're up for it. The ending is what I'm most proud of, honestly.
Yeah, bro,
It's
let's do it. Where's the ending at? Like, what part of the ending?
I think it would be oh man.
Like, how far ahead you want me to go? Because this might not even see the light of day for a couple weeks.
The ending would be probably about 1 minute from the ending, maybe a minute 30 from the ending,
So,
like from the very end. It's that's a I think that was the
344, maybe 340.
good. Give her a shot.
Let's try this. This is 342 mark.
So
I can't hear you, bro. Was that it, or did you need to go further?
almost. Started like a minute before that. If you want to,
bro, I want to, man. Let's do this.
because that's like my that ending especially is what I try to project the most. I feel
Let me
to
just
people.
go all the way like 2 minutes or whatever. Let's see if that's good, because that might be good. I mean, I don't mind hearing it. I like that song. I wish it was on Spotify already, man.
Nice.
My nipples are so moist.
Tune
Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but like, I'm a weirdo. I'm into like some shit, but my nipples are so moist.
in Tokyo. Tune in Tokyo.
Yeah, I found out, I guess, Carrie, that Evie Mux quits going live after 2 hours, so it does have a limit.
Oh, so we're
Oh,
not
I
live no
thought it
more.
was Facebook that was doing that
It
too.
might have been Facebook. We might still be on YouTube.
Yeah, because it tells me down here we're still live.
Okay. It must have just been that one Facebook. That's cool. We have one viewer. It's probably you, Carrie. I'm just kidding. We have 9 million viewers watching at home.
Right? Yeah, yeah.
You do?
I mean, Howard Stern didn't become popular until he called himself the king of all media. So you got to fake it till you make it.
Oh, hey, that is
That's
my
true.
motto in life. Everybody's like, what? And I said, let me tell you something. I said, when you get off that motorcycle and you rode them ape hangers like this, and you just rode all day long, and when you get off that bitch, you don't massage there. You go to the bathroom, you piss, you shit, and then you cry. And then you suck it up and you walk out there like you strut your shit and get back on that bike and ride it.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Did you know that all chaps are assless? Like all of them.
Whole ass chapless.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Yeah,
crotchless too. Like it's just legs.
they
Just
are.
chapless, just nothing but legs.
Yeah, I want those. I want those. I want to wear those. I'm doing a. Did I tell you about this, Tim? I'm doing a boudoir photo shoot.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm doing boudoir. I'm buying a full bondage rubber suit. Like it's
Mm.
see through. Like up here is gonna be see through mesh, but the rest of it's gonna be like leather, and my hairy ass chest is gonna be hanging out. And then I'm gonna fucking get a weed thong and wear it with my weed suit.
That's gonna be cute. I just know I seen the most ingenious thing ever. So this gentleman, he's gonna put a set of handlebars on the back of the headboard, so they're coming out this way. So then that way she can ride him and act like she's riding a Harley, you know. And I was like,
Well,
dude, that is
goddamn.
the fucking most ingenious thing ever. Knees are bad. Sometimes you need to hang on to something, you know.
That reminds me, a buddy of mine told me that his friend
Not me.
His friend told him. His friend told him, he was like, "Hey man, my wife likes
Oh,
getting on the."
Mike, I gotta jump off here. I'm getting a call from another podcast. I love you.
All right, love you, bro.
I love you, man. Thanks for having me on.
No problem, brother. You can come on anytime. You can come on my pink sock any day. Wait, what? No, you can.
Stop bullying me. I'm going to come.
I love you. I love you, bro.
I
You
love
have a
you
good
too.
one.
I'll see you.
Hi.
But your story
Bye.
reminded me. I don't know why, but it reminded me of this one time. This friend of mine was told by a friend of his. Sorry, there's a lot of things going on. That he's like, hey man, I like whenever my wife gets on top of the coffee table. It's like a see-through coffee table, and she
Mhm.
shits on the coffee table, and I watch it come out. My buddy walked in on it one
Oh,
day. He told me all about it. He walked in on her on the coffee table, dogging it, just fucking deucing. I don't know why your story reminded me of that, but
that's funny as hell. But that's okay. Go with it, man. Triggers of mine. I just know that, I can envision this. Okay. It's, Johnny Depp got poop in the middle of his bed, and I could see men with a fetish. And the best way to do that would be a glass coffee table
I don't think
laying
Johnny was
down.
into that. I think she just shit on his bed.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think from none of these people in Hollywood.
Like,
Okay.
I think Johnny's into some stuff. Like, I think he's into chains and whips, but I don't see Johnny as the kind of guy that like is into being pooed on. I don't. Amber Heard looks like the kind
Yeah.
of that likes pooing on people, but I don't think.
I don't know.
I'm not one to stereotype, but
I don't stereotype, it's just, well, I try not to do, but fuck some of these people,
you
you
see
know.
people and you're like, hey, you look like you like to be pooed on. Like, not me. I don't like judge people like that, but there's somebody
I
out there that
mean,
does.
but that's just like looking at somebody and go, are you an extra cheese or are you a spicy kind of person? You know?
I like some spice in my
Hey,
love
it's
life.
Tim.
Do
Like,
what?
I like some spicy stuff in the bedroom, but no like fecal, none of that shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
You know,
I
I'm not into golden showers. I mean, unless you're pregnant, you can't control it sometimes when, that's just the way it happens.
see people claim that squirt's pee, but I don't believe them. I think squirt is like that carbonated beverage you can get at the gas station.
Oh, yeah.
What is up, Tim? He's on the call. I love that guy.
Yeah, he's awesome. He seemed really nice.
Have you guys met my cousin? He also plays for that band, Wrath of the Fallen.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Paul Stubbs, he's fucking awesome too. I'd love to have him on too. We need to get them all on, just at the same
That
time.
would
I
be
don't know why I
cool.
did that. That's fucking weird, but we're gonna get them at the same time.
I
So,
need
guys,
to go eat just because of
getting
my
it's
blood
getting late.
sugar.
It's getting late. I better
Yeah.
get off of here.
All right,
Okay,
guys. You
cool.
Get some
guys have
food.
a good night.
Love y'all.
Okay.
Have a good one. Live long, rock hard,
Love
guys.
you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Love y'all.